What's up guys, TheTechPerson here. Today in this video, I'm going to look back at the iPhone 5S. In September 2018, this phone turned 5 years old, but it's still getting the latest and greatest software updates from Apple. But this begs the question, is the iPhone 5S from 2013 worth it in 2019? So the first thing I want to talk about is the display. The display on the iPhone 5S has 326 pixels per inch, which is the exact same as the iPhone XR. The viewing angles are fine and everything looks sharp. I can't see any pixels, which is great. The only problem with the display are the thick bezels and the lack of 3D touch. But even the XR doesn't have 3D touch. And the bezels are fine considering the iPhone 8 also has the same bezel size. Overall, the display is fine. The design of this phone is truly amazing. Especially in this space gray finish, the iPhone 5S looks sharp and stunning. The glass inserts at the top and bottom give it a classy look, and the contrast between the darker glass and the aluminum look great. The sides of the device look incredibly similar to the iPad Pro 2018, with the same chamfered edges. I really like this look, and the circle volume buttons and the mute switch are a nice addition as well. It still has a headphone jack too, which is great for people who still use that port. It's also got the Lightning port, which is the same port found on the newest iPhones. It's also got Touch ID, and even though it's no longer found on the latest iPhones, some people prefer it to Face ID, and it works perfectly. Even though it is not second-gen Touch ID, it is still fine and totally usable. Overall, design is great. The camera on the iPhone 5S is good. Though it cannot record 4K, it can still do 1080p at 30 frames a second, and it can take 8 megapixel photos. The camera is still good and does the job. And while it is not perfect, such as the exposure and while having two different lighting situations, it still does the job for most occasions. On the front, we have a 1.2 megapixel camera which is still usable. You can see some of the grain, but that is expected by a 1.2 megapixel camera. Overall though, it does the job and the camera is acceptable. So these are the video capabilities of the iPhone 5S. As you can see, it's actually pretty good for a 5-year-old phone. The text is pretty sharp if we focus in. Colors are good. Overall, it's a pretty good camera, and I think it's still very usable in 2019. The performance on the iPhone 5S is okay. When doing basic tasks, this thing has no problem. But when going to a little bit more heavy tasks, such as Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, it does slow down a tiny bit. Not a lot, but you can definitely notice it. Also, the phone gets really hot when doing heavier tasks. iOS 12 helped with some things, such as opening the camera, control center, and the overall smoothness of the UI, but some things still feel slow. For basic tasks, it does the job, but if you want to do more heavy things, it will be a bit slow. But the good part is, since this is on the latest iOS, basically all apps in the App Store are compatible besides some super heavy games. But considering this device is over 5 years old, it's acceptable. The battery life is a place where the iPhone 5S truly struggles in. The iPhone 5S has a tiny 1,570 mAh battery. Because of this, the phone barely lasts, and the phone drains battery incredibly quickly. The standby time is also not so great, with it draining 30% in 8 hours when not even used while connected to an Apple Watch. Overall, if you want to use this phone, it is almost guaranteed that you will need a portable charger or a battery case. So overall, I wouldn't really recommend this phone in 2019 to buy. If you already have one, then great, use it to what you can, but don't go out and buy one brand new. This will likely not get iOS 13, which would make it unsupported in 7 months. You can get an iPhone SE for a little bit more, but it's way better. Anyway, thanks for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe with notifications on. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at TheTechPerson, and check out our website and merch. All the links for these will be in the description. For now, I'm TheTechPerson, and I will see you in the next episode.